Okay, so we're gonna start with this. Making videos is nowhere near my comfort zone. I started my school about 8 years ago. I have 5 kids. I have a big personality. We recently started going to homeschool and preschool conventions. I love speaking. I could speak in front of 500 people, but doing a video is extremely uncomfortable. But I always tell my kids that if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. So my team has tried to get me to do videos for, I would say about 8 months. And, you know, I've had every excuse in the book. My hair is not done. I have roots. The set, we need to get the set. It's too dark out. It's too bright out. So I woke up this morning and I knew I had to get started on these. And so I took a shower. That's a huge one. I rolled my hair in rollers, and my house is empty. I have 5 kids. We have 5 kids. And my husband never makes fun of me. He's very encouraging. But the last thing I want is for him to be downstairs listening to me do videos. Now, my kids are a different story. If they hear something I say, and let's say I say it over and over and over, they're going to grab that. And it's going to be like the running joke for like the next 2 weeks. We did a YouTube video once, and it was one of those get 20 items from the dollar store, and I was kind of like the judge, and I mix up metaphors all the time. So I guess I mixed up this one metaphor and I said it like 8 times in the video. And of course, every chance they got, they kind of made fun of me about that. So I want to start off by just kind of telling you a little bit about me and what I do. My name is Karen Green. I'm the owner and founder of the Reading Corner. It's a school here in Tampa, Florida. I was way back when, 16 years ago, I was a first grade teacher. I loved reading. I love reading personally. I could read a book every day. I purposely don't let myself read books if I have huge deadlines. I loved teaching. I loved first grade because I loved that you were teaching them how to read. You saw those big, aha moments for them where they're like, oh, I get this now, or oh, I just decoded that, or they finally learned the statement, I am a reader. And I think that's so important, especially for children that struggle or have learning disabilities. It's really important that they feel that even though they have struggles, they are readers. One of our daughters is dyslexic and she has ADHD, and she knows she struggles in reading, and that's okay. That's just part of who she is, and she's making strides, and she doesn't have any shame or frustration or insecurities about it. About 3 years into my profession, I was somehow granted into a program called the Reading Coach Grant or program here in Hillsborough County. Really don't know how I got into it, honestly. I was surrounded by 50 to 100 amazingly talented women, and I was the one that would raise my hand and be like, okay, wait, what is phonemic awareness again? Or why do we teach sight words? And they embraced me with grace, and just really kind of taught me as I was learning so much from them. About 3 years in, we were pregnant with our 4th. We were not in a position to, just say, hey, let's give a school a try. Honestly, my goal was, at that point I was a part-time reading coach. So my goal was, if I could bring 10 kids in Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that would be equivalent to what I was making as a part-time reading coach. And I'd be able to stay home with my kids. And more importantly, I could wear jeans and flip-flops every day. That was definitely a game changer for me. So I took a huge leap of faith. I resigned from the county, and we started our school out of our house. We converted our first little den into a classroom. I remember that year I tutored at the club, the pool club up at in our neighborhood. And I would take my kids swimming, then I would throw some lunch in them. I'd put my 6-month-old or my 9-month-old in a sling, and I would just kind of do these quick, hour and a half tutoring sessions. So I think I made about $900 that summer, and so I took that $900, I went to IKEA, and I set up my store, or my classroom. Fast forward, that's like a 5-hour video of what that it all came to. But fast forward about 8 years now, and we have a really successful, wonderful school filled with eager learners. My teachers are amazing. I now work from my house. I'm home right now, and because I have such a great team and such a great director and office manager, and my husband's the CEO, I'm allowed to do this, write curriculum, get it out there, and teach kids. You will notice I say and a lot too. That's kind of one of my things. I just said it again. I am not an expert in early childhood. I don't have my master's in early childhood. I have my degree in elementary education, and I just have a passion for teaching and learning. So a lot of what I say is just really from my school research. We have had such a blessing in our school because we only use my curriculum, my third edition now, because it took a lot to get it to where it is. And what we have found just from the research of those, 300 to 400 kids that come through our school each year is this isn't the only way to teach, and this isn't necessarily the right way to teach. This is the way that works for us. And I want to be able to just share with you how we teach. When I say research shows, a lot of times I've Googled that right before I do my video. So like I might say, what does research show about handwriting with preschoolers? Or what's the definition of phonemic awareness? I know all those things a little bit, but I want to make sure that I kind of sound smart when I'm talking to you guys. So what I felt like I should do to start out with is I'm going to be doing very simple quick lessons on some of the main components, which you can't see right now because I don't have someone moving my video screen, my camera. Some quick lessons on the fundamentals of early childhood. None of them are more important than another one. I just feel like what we have found is that when we teach all of them around the same time, at the same time, and really grow the kids, that they learn them quicker and they become lifelong learners and readers, which is what we want. So I wanted to kind of give you just a quick overview of what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a series of videos, just kind of going over each one specifically, and then after those videos we'll go into more of the games and the word sorts and how to teach sounding out words and how to teach sight words and things like that. So if you watch these videos first, you'll get just a really solid philosophy on why we do it, and then I'll teach you how we do it. So stick around with us, and I hope you have fun.